you can use the chat feature. Come here. So what are some awesome things about being a dentist? Helping patients chew and smile with confidence, changing people's lives, working as part of a team. But there's also some things that may make you cry on the inside as a dentist. My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, and we're going to talk about one of those things today: dental insurance, spoiled guac PPO. Insurances are reducing what they pay dentists, yet the cost to run a practice going up. I like to think if you went home to your house and said to your spouse, your dog, your couch, whoever loves you, next year I'm going to love you 20% less than the year before. See how that goes. So I have put together a panel of insurance experts, people doing the work of the Lord G.V. Black to help you figure this out. So we have so many people watching in with us here on Zoom. I'm so glad you're here. Before we get started, I want to introduce one of our sponsors to say a word about what they do. He's here, it's me. Are you looking to hire an associate or find a job in the world of dentisting? The most important decision you can make after dental school, where you're going to work. Are you an exhausted, stressed out practice owner that has too many patients, too many hygiene patients to check, too much to do, and you want to share the joy of full contact arts and crafts with another dentisting human? We have created Dentist Job Connect to help you do just that. One day we're going to be able to afford a better sign, but for now it's this. Text job to 215-543-6454, and you will be able to figure out how you can advertise your position to our huge audience of dentists looking for a job. If you are looking for a job, we will connect you with offices that are looking, and you can apply to over 100 jobs online now. You can search them. So just text job to 215-543-6454, and we will text you back how you can do all those three things. So I'd like to introduce and bring up our panel. You can start a video to how to cry less inside when dealing with dental insurance. And for all of you people here in the chat, please put in a question. Say something. What is something that was annoying about dental insurance this week? Maybe today at your office. Was something supposed to be covered and then it wasn't covered? All of our panelists are welcome to start their video, and we're going to go around and deliver awesome value. The first question I'm going to ask our panelists, even before they say who they are, is what is one thing you wish more dentists, dental offices, team member, assistants knew about dental insurance? What is one thing you wish more dentists knew about dental insurance? Dental team members, dental assistants, what is one thing you wish they knew? I'm going to start with the awesome Nina Bond, one of our fantastic sponsors from Dynamic Dental Solutions. She's going to tell you shortly what she does to decrease pain. But for now, since she deals with insurance all the time, I want her to tell us that one thing. Thanks, Nina.
I would say prevention, knowing that insurance claims can get paid faster when you are preventing, when creating and submitting claims with proper coding and narratives. I would say I wish dental practice owners and their teams knew how to do that.
Gotcha, because getting money faster sounds like a good thing. My whole life, I've always wanted money faster, so I like that. Prevention, great. Dr. Stephanie Mapp is joining us. She's delivered so much awesome content. I'm going to give a quick thing for Stephanie. If you'd like to see her at Super Dentist Boost Live, like my shirt says, another one of these fancy signs, you can text Super to 215-543-6454. Dr. Stephanie, what is one thing you wished more dentists knew about dental insurance?
Basically, dental insurance is legalized gambling. The insurance companies are legally allowed to gamble, that they are not going to pay out as much money as they're collecting in premiums. So it's about having a mindset about what insurance is. And just like if you were to go to a casino in Vegas, if you understand how the game is played, you can get better odds. Gotcha. Generally, the house always wins.
Great. That's a great one. I think that's a really good thing to embrace, because we just don't get enough of this in our training. I always talk about your dentisting core. Dental school focus a little too much on crown preps, not quite enough on reducing crying inside. Me Too, one of our awesome sponsors from Me Too Dental. You're on mute, so you can unmute yourself whenever you like. But what is one thing, Me Too, that you would like dentists, dental assistants, dental team members to know? It also would be helpful if you put your questions in the Q&A. It will make them easier for me to see. My team say, but if you have questions, put them in the Q&A. Me Too, I'm ready for yours.
Mine would be more clinical side of how important it is to take your pre-op x-rays,
Yeah.
especially if you're doing major work. I've come across offices where there's no pre-op and then it gets denied. Then the doctor calls and says, why?
Right. That is so key, because I have been in Kate's office, who's watching, crying on the inside saying, we got to do this plan. She said, when is our last x-ray? We don't have the right x-rays. That's a great one. You guys are delivering awesome value. My friend, key resource and sponsor, fellow dad, Vivek Keenra, tell us something you wished more dentists and their teams knew about dental insurance.
Yeah, it's, by the way, can you guys hear me? Because I'm actually on
great.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, what I found is that just because things make sense clinically doesn't mean it makes sense to the insurance executive. I give my prime example is, every dentist or periodontist says, all right, we're going to extract this tooth and put back bone graft in there because that's what you're supposed to do. And the insurance policy has a clause that says, well, if you do bone graft on the same day of extraction, it won't get covered. Right now, I just wish that all dentists fought this type of stuff. Right. It's not my fight because, some of these insurance companies are friends of mine, so I need to stay friends. But, every time I look at that and I'm like, how did the dentist allow that? So fight through it. I hope that, a lot of, I don't know if it's the ADA or something like that, but there are lots of things like FMX and Pano sharing a frequency.
Yeah.
Clinically doesn't make sense, but there's a little clause.
A lot of Simon Says stuff. One of the most annoying childhood games, Simon Says. Oh, Simon didn't say missing tooth clause, $0. So I like that. Now, I'm also getting a picture of us on the screen, Ariel, because I like this 6-pack of decreasing annoyance here. Tom Camarota from the Dental Stores, also sponsor. What is something you wish more dentist team members knew about dental insurance?
I think I just wish that they would know that they do have an option. They have a choice. They can offer an alternative to it. They don't have to feel obligated once they've established their practice. I think that so many people go to insurance because they're just starting out maybe, and they need that pool of customers. But, once you get your patients established, you do have an alternative, and you can start making those choices and do a savings program, a membership club, something like that to kind of offer an alternative to your patients. And the flip side of that is that patients don't always have a choice, right? So they're either getting their insurance for their employer, but many times they've lost their insurance. Like last year, so many people lost their insurance. They have no way of getting, they don't have a way of getting that insurance back, nor do they have an alternative. You're giving them that alternative.
Point, Tom.
I think they just offer it to them.
I had this amazing babysitter I thought was so much older than me, but she's only 10 years old. She's a big part of my life as a 6 to 8 year old. And one time she hadn't come in, and now we're in our 40s. And she goes, Paul, I didn't come in because I didn't have dental insurance, right? I didn't have dental insurance. I said, you know what, Jenny, you could have just paid. That's allowed, right? And she laughed because I said, you didn't have haircut insurance, but it looks like you got your haircut. But I think that's a great point. My contribution to this is what I wish dentists and teams do is words have energy. One of my business coaches, I'm so lucky to work with, she's actually worked with presidents. She says all of this is about managing energy. So dental insurance is not really insurance. It's more like a coupon. If you use the word coupon instead of insurance, it changes the entire energy around the conversation in our office. So when they say, what does my dental insurance cover? I say, oh, you mean your dental insurance coupon that has blackout dates will do the best job possible to maximize the benefit of your coupon. Perfect. You guys did a great job. Now, I want to set you up for the next one with this little small one-man play. So this is me at my dental office. This is dental insurance trying to eat me and cause me problems, okay? Pain points. What are pain points in the dental insurance world? And you're free to also share what you do with sponsors and resources. So what is one pain point that you do on a regular basis, as specific as possible, to reduce crying inside, to help the team, to make dentist morale feel better, to improve the profits of the office? Nina, I'd like to know, what is one pain point Dynamic Dental Solutions does to decrease pain, decrease annoyance, decrease stress?
I would say managing the appeal process. When those insurance companies love to deny claims, like you were saying, it's like a coupon.
Yeah.
Well, they can deny their coupon. So they have like really fun ways and different loops and trenches that you have to go through to get that coupon money. So what we do is manage that.
And we
know the tricks. We know, they always come out with something new. So we stay on top of it. Sometimes here's something I wish they would know is sometimes specific insurance companies have their own certain appeal process. So if you're not following that appeal process, as many times as you send a letter, it still won't get paid.
Yeah.
So, following that appeal process, our team are experts in what they do. So we know how to get, ideally, your insurance AR report should be 15% or less and you're
Gotcha.
over 30.
Cool.
And
Great
our
pain
team,
point.
yeah, our team works to get you to that number, sometimes 10% or less and 0 when you're 90.
And one of the things I've
So-
learned working with all of you, and this is just a good point, and Vivek is married to an awesome dentist. When you refer something to a dental specialist, like a wisdom tooth extraction, gum tissue graft, endo, it's hard for them, right? We have this weird thought process that if you refer to a specialist, it's easy to get the tooth out. It's hard for them. They just do it all the time. And they're able to manage the troubleshooting parts. And if you can't do that, you just want to bang your head against the wall. Great.
Right.
Dr. Stephanie, what's something you do to decrease pain for dentists?
So what we do is we basically try to explain to people, because we know it's legalized gambling, you get an advantage when you know the rules of the game and you have systems in place that help prevent denied claims, late claims, collect all the data and have systems in place, because there's a dental hygiene school, there's a dental assisting school, there's a dental school, but there's no dental insurance front desk school. It doesn't exist. And dentists just assume I'm going to take my dental degree that I got from this dental school, and then all these other people with no education and dental insurance are going to help me make money. And it's simply not the case. You have to have systems in place in order to get people to get payment. And if you don't have those systems, you're just letting the house win.
What you said, Stephanie, as a fellow dentist myself, is so key, because we have this, people say, oh, people learn that on the streets of dentistry. Well, there's a lot of bad advice on the streets from people who don't know what they're talking about. So you need a checklist. I love this book. If anyone knows Dr. Atul Gawande, tell him I recommend this book all the time, because that's so key. There is no rules, and figuring this out on the fly as a dental practice owner's dental team member, you need to have good systems in place. Love that, Stephanie. Me too. How about you? What do you do in your daily life, Me Too Dental, to decrease pain for offices? Maybe I lost Me Too. Me Too. If you come back, we'll come back to him. It's like the news channels where someone's frozen, no big deal. Linda
No,
Moss
I'm
frozen.
here.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you. We can hear you. Yeah, your voice. Yeah, you just look like you're angry at a dental insurance claim, so it's fitting.
Okay.
Tell us about what you guys do
Well,
to
no,
decrease pain.
It's basically picking up the phone and speaking to the representative if it takes 10 minutes or 45
Yeah,
minutes.
I have to. I have to.
It's very frustrating when you get.
I'm going to just chime in, Me Too, because what she said was right, though. She picks up the phone to do that. Kate's on this call, and we've been together for over a decade. And I've come in and say, can I talk to you? And I hear this background music. Oh, yeah, I got plenty of time. I'm just on hold with the insurance company. And one of the things that Kate said to me, I have a lot of new ideas, but over the past few years is outsourcing our insurance billing was one of the best things that we've ever done. So really great one, Me Too. Vivek, what do you do to reduce pain? I know what you do. I didn't know there were people like you doing this. You are truly doing the Lord's work of GV Black. What do you do to reduce annoyance and pain?
There are two things. I find them to be like the biggest problems in dentistry, right? One of them is, insurance reimbursements, right? They're just super low. And so, PPO profits focus on strictly just one thing, getting the checks from these insurance companies to be bigger, right? Now, if they get paid or not, I don't know, right? But if they get paid and when they get paid, they'll be much bigger, right? And of course, the second problem, as you know about, is this whole times of being on the phone with insurances for 40 minutes trying to verify benefits. It is not a 2021 problem. 2021 should not allow this to happen in this modern world where we're talking about sending rockets to Mars, but to get the benefits, we still have to call, etc. So that's obviously a very big problem that it's a company that I own called Verific that we're going to solve it once and for all.
And you and I have a long relationship, and really you're just doing such great work. And what I would say is patients, try to get out of work when this happens too. If Stephanie and I were at Alvez waiting for our margaritas and they were pre-authorizing, we'd say, we'll wait, we'll stand here till it's ready. But patients, when they have any opening to get out of doing a crown or a filling or an implant, they say, oh, I guess you can't figure it out with my insurance. So such a key piece there. Tom, now you have kind of a not so ordinary approach to this. You literally do one of my favorite things on earth. Tell us what you do to reduce pain in the dental insurance world.
So we help at dental stores, we help offices create their own alternative. It's not really an insurance product, but it's a membership plan. And it basically, we help you create it and automate it. And it gives those patients an alternative to their choice. Patients who don't have insurance, patients who've lost their insurance. And sometimes it's better than insurance itself. So the offices benefit greatly. They're now connected with that patient. Their brand is in front of them. You're buying, the Pennington Dental or the Dental Nachos brand of membership plan. So you're going to go to that dentist and see that dentist. You're not going to shop around and go to any person who's in the network, right? And then you get to you get to set those rates. Everything's very clear to you, and very clear to the patients as well. And that's an important thing. Patients are confused by insurance. They don't understand it. They don't know what's covered with the membership plan. It's all laid out there in black and white. Very, very
I always
simple,
like the membership plan.
simple
I mean, what I like to talk about is Nina and me too do insurance billing. Stephanie helps consult for insurance. Vivek does insurance reimbursement, negotiation, and verifying benefits. What's important to me as Dr. Nacho, as a practice owner, is that companies don't have bandwidth for unlimited new customers, just like we don't have bandwidth for unlimited new patients. So I like to have all of your faces as examples of helpful things, whether people use just our sponsors, awesome, or at least they know. But what I like to say about Membership Club, whether you DIY it or get the most sophisticated system out there, whether you have a piece of paper or a process, the best thing ever is pre-authorizing a crown with your membership plan. You say, self, should we do a crown? You say, we should do a crown. So that morale boost is so great, because so many times I've been treatment planning and going to Kate and say, well, how long is a pre-auth? Do the thing. So it really just helps your morale. Is so important there with that. So our third question, and then we take the question from the audience, is I want people to really get help. So if someone goes to a gym and hears about exercise and nutrition, it would be awesome to know, how do they sign up for that gym? What's the process like? What's the onboarding process? So tell us, how do people reach out to you, and a little bit to the start to your process? How long does it take? Who's the best person to reach out? Maybe that's not the dentist. So I'll start with you, Nina. And then also please give us a way for people to reach out to you. So Nina, I'll start with you.
Sure. So they can reach us at ddsdentalbilling.com. Just go to our website, fill out a contact form. We'll get in touch with you. And what we'll do, what we like to do is do an audit. Gotcha. We'll work with you. We'll see your exact situation, because really everything is subjective. Not everything's straightforward when it comes to dental insurance, and every situation is different. So we love to talk to you and really audit that process and see what's going on and let you know how we can help.
That's so key. I love that.
Individual person.
And I use this, and Vivek and I have resonated dad stuff. I went to the gym, they do an assessment. They were like, Paul, you're in perfect shape. I'm like, well, I'm getting ready for the Senior Olympics. But a personal trainer does an assessment of clients to see where are weaknesses, where are strengths, maybe the thing that the client wants, getting six-pack ab for the beach, they have no flexibility. So I love that.
Well, let's put it in dental terms really quick. Like, patient comes to you, chief complaint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chief complaint. And then you do a diagnosis, you do a treatment plan, and then you maintain it.
Yeah. It's
right?
but it's also like, I like whitening. Are you concerned these teeth in the back are wobbly? Teeth are not supposed to be wobbly, right? The wobble factor of your tooth, very high. Whitening is, but you have to address that too. So I like that. Dr. Stephanie, how can people reach out to you, and a little bit about your onboarding process?
So I use the same sign company that you use.
Oh, great. I like that.
So they can contact me at mapyourpractice.com.
Cool.
Backwards.
Oh. No, you were good. You were good the first time. Mapyourpractice.com. Anyway, I like that.
Mapyourpractice.com. I actually start with a practice analysis, and then I tailor a plan that covers all the numbers of the practice, everything from production, collections, scheduling, payroll. It's kind of a full service, one-stop shop. But it all starts with a practice analysis. I do a complimentary consultation, but I only consult directly with the dentist, and then I work with the team as needed going forward. But the reason I contact directly with the dentist to begin with is so there's no confusion as to what the dentist wants going forward.
I love that. And also that's part of my whole JFO, just find out mentality. I do that with implants. You want to do some sort of complimentary talk with people to see if they're a good relationship for you. That's why I have sponsors. And that's why I encourage the Dental Nachos audience to just do more demos. You're never going to know what's possible till you do that and find out who's the right fit for you. So love that. Mapyourpractice.com. Me too. How about you? You might be on mute, me too. Can I unmute her? Let's see here.
Hi.
Oh, cool. We're good.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we're good.
My website is me too, dental.com, ME, the number 2. Right away. I have a conversation with the doctor or the practice manager, just knowing exactly what they need done for the office.
Cool.
And I run.
So I'm going to do Me Too's thing. We're going to MeTooDental.com. I met Me Too in Arizona. I was walking by with my nacho shirt, said, "You're the nacho guy." Super friendly, local to the area. So MeTooDental.com. Awesome. Vivek, how can people reach out to you? I'm constantly connecting people to PPO Profits, saying just find out from Vivek, and just layer in Vivek, because this has been helpful to me. How long does this process usually take so people can manage their own expectations?
Yeah, if you are already in existing office that's in network with insurances, right? It takes about 10 to 15 months. And right now we're on a bit of a backlog ourselves, about 2 months, right? So, give yourself about a year before you start seeing results.
Gotcha. So, and how can people reach out to PPO Profits? I know we have our landing page, but if this goes viral, Vivek, and people are watching this from now for the next 20 years, how can they reach out to you?
Sure. Yeah, the website, ppoprofits.com. And as soon as you go there, it'll actually bring up this little window that's asked you to register for a webinar. I do 3 webinars a week. So it's pretty interactive. So, just join in, ask questions, etc. We don't really do any individual calls anymore. But with 3 webinars, I even do one on Saturday. So typically people find the time to listen in. And then, of course,
all this is so important to listen in. I mean, whether you're outsourcing your insurance billing, which does improve your money, but also your morale, figuring out your checklist, reaching out to people like Me Too. But what Vivek does, dentist, is you can earn more money without working more hours. Quite awesome, because dentisting hours are dog year hours. Vivek is one of my close friends, but when we started online, he sort of said, dentists shouldn't complain so much. They don't have it too bad. And then yada, yada, he worked with his amazing wife for 3 years and said, wow, this is a very stressful job. So full contact arts and crafts on people don't want to be there. Maximizing your reimbursement is great for everyone. You could give more money to charity. You could give raises to your team. You could buy yourself a vacation, but you're doing the work anyway. Why not be as productive as possible when you're doing it? Tom, tell us about how people can learn about your membership program. And I love also your online store.
Sure. They could just go over to dentalstores.com/dentalnachos. And schedule a demo, usually 15, 20 minutes. We'll talk through, we'll show you what we do and talk through some of your own concerns and what your goals are. We have gotten people up and running within a day. Some take, a few weeks. It just depends on what you want to do. The best person to probably contact us and to be in the liaison with the office is probably the office manager. I'd say sometimes the dentist is a little too busy for that, but having someone that's consistently that could give us the information that we need to get you guys up and running will help you get up very fast.
And I'm going on my phone, Tom, because everyone needs a morale boost. And being dentists, we want to know people like us. And I get messages to my phone every time someone signs up for a membership club. And it is a mini morale boost because I love when they sign up year to year, they buy stuff from the store. So while this is of course increasing revenue, we work so hard as dentists to bond with patients. So when people see you year after year for a relationship that's not related to insurance, and I mean, at this current time of this recording, we work with dental insurance and in-house membership clubs. My hope is to do more in-house membership clubs, but I don't see a world where we are not working with dental insurance. We're not network with as many dental insurances. We're working towards none. But even when you're out of network with dental insurances, people are still asking about their dental insurance. So you guys did an awesome job. I actually finished earlier than I thought. So I'm gonna give you guys one more opportunity. Is there anything you would like to add, thoughts, anything we didn't get to before we wrap up? I want to share here. You can text Super if you want to see Stephanie coming up and me at the Super Dentist Boost. If you is past the Super Dentist Boost, you can text this and find out how to get the recording. We work very hard. Vivek just posted the other day with our Job Connect program. Text job to 215-543-6454. You can apply to open positions. You can find out how to list your job to hire an associate or find a job. So Nina, did I miss anything, or was this the most perfect webinar in the history of webinars?
Well, I think, Paul, there's tons of things that we could talk about.
Yeah.
We could probably go to next week.
For sure. Marathon webinar.
I think really, I just want to give a tip.
Sure.
I just want, dentists and their teams, kind of what I'm adding on to what Me Too was saying, is really being detailed with your clinical notes. Doctors need to understand, sometimes insurance companies are asking for that. They want to see the clinical note. So knowing how to write a super fantastic clinical note. So,
I love that. And that
exercise, it's just being really clear
and that,
about the procedure.
Isn't it great if you could go walk with your wife, spend time with her, and get exercise, right? That's great. Right. Isn't it great that if you like golf, you could play with your child, enjoy golf? So what I want to share, because one of our other sponsors, Teresa Shepard, who works hard to keep dentists out of jail, the exercise of writing better notes is so helpful on so many levels. Yes. Not getting in trouble, your team understanding what you're doing. So you can do one thing, a more complete note, with the goal of insurance reimbursement, but also the extra added benefit of staying out of jail, of your team, of somebody yes. knowing what to do next. So I love that. Stephanie, anything I missed in our sitcom sharing show here?
So basically, I work with offices that are collecting anywhere between 500,000 to 5 million. And the most common thing with every dentist that contacts me is they feel like they're on a hamster wheel and they're just not seeing the profits that they read about on some of these Facebook groups. And they're like, why is my overhead not, so high? And why am I working so hard but not collecting the money? So if you just
Stephanie, I want to share, there's a thing that I saw in Seinfeld, one of my favorite shows, where they were putting extra calories into the yogurt and everybody was gaining weight, and it was like they were making it taste better. Yep. I mean, that's what insurance is doing. They're sneaking extra calories into our profitable food year after year. You're paying your team more, you're paying more supplies, and their reimbursement is like Prince's song, partying like it's 1999 when Vivek and I were in high school. So, and Tom, Me Too, anything I missed? You can unmute yourself.
Like Nina has said earlier, we could go on for weeks on this topic. But the main thing, just the necessary things that you need to get the claim paid.
Yeah. I think it's important when things sometimes people say to me, Paul, you repeat yourself a lot. I say, I just reinforce things, right? So reinforcing things is so key. That's what athletes do when they play sports. That's what teams do in play. So reinforcing is, do we have everything we need to get this paid? Vivek, you've been on many Nacho webinars. Anything you wanted to add before we jump off? Did I miss anything key? Did I not ask you something you wanted to share about?
No, I think just the biggest thing that I, try to stress to dentists when I'm talking to them about this, right, that any increase in production with fee negotiations is an increase in the bottom line, right? So when you were getting paid $60 for a prophy and we get paid 90, that $30 is take home pay. That's why to me, it's like the number one thing, right? Like for a dentist, in my view, the best way to get, if you are going to take insurance, et cetera, right, to make sure that you have a very productive career is make sure whatever insurance you're taking, you're getting really paid well, right? Because mathematically, just as you know, right, like a small increase in the top line going right to the bottom line is a bigger percentage increase than on the.
For sure, yeah. That's like, Vivek, you remove calories from your favorite food. The Elvez nachos tasted the same and had less calories, I would be in even more amazing shape than I am now. So Tom, how about you as we wrap up?
Something echoing what Stephanie had said, about people not doing as well as they thought they could do, and seeing the success that other people are seeing. I think that sometimes, it comes down to the numbers, right? So the recare rate is a big number. Look for like an 80% or over to get people back in the chair, 6 and 12 month recare rate, and a savings plan or having some sort of method of getting them back into the chair will help with that. And then the other interesting factoid about insurance companies is that the longer they deny your claim, they're making money on that float, right? They're investing that and making money. So think
just
about
like
how much
Stephanie sings, it's like,
days.
legalized gambling. It's like Dick Tracy from my childhood, the movie. So as we wrap up, dentalnachos.com, these are amazing people, amazing sponsors, amazing friends of mine. You reach out to us at dentalnachos.com. We'll be glad to connect you with any of them for a JFO complimentary consult. Ariel, you can take us off YouTube. Everyone else still stay hanging